Hello, so today I want to talk how I've learned to play with my thumb over the top. So, I'm kind of able to do it. And I'm, I don't know if it's like really on a big achievement, but I've heard plenty of people saying that after a few years you will learn how to do it. And I've done it a lot sooner than that. So, I'm thinking that maybe I've done something right which helped me, so I want to share it with you. Maybe it will help you as well. So there you go. And another reason that I'm making this video is that I didn't really see any advice or really any video that really shows the progress, or like which are the steps or what you can expect when you start doing it. So I'm trying to tell my story basically, and even if, and like, it's this is a really important thing. My journey, it's not gonna be your journey. The way I did things are not the way you will do things. The things that worked out for me probably won't work out for you, so maybe won't work out for you. So you don't have to look at this video like uh, mm, like a method that you will like take and implement and you will get the results that you want. It's more of like you it's more of like an encouragement video. It's more of like, because as I said, I really didn't learn it by, you know, taking it from a technical perspective of, you have to keep your fingers here, you put your finger here, you have to make this exercise so you can build up muscles. I didn't take it like that, and that helped me find what was more comfortable for me and what worked out for me. And of course, along the way I've made mistakes. I still think my positioning is not the best. I'm still working on that, but you adapt according to the struggles that you get. Basically, what makes something wrong? What makes something wrong? What makes something wrong? The way I'm seeing things is, if something works, it's right. If it doesn't work, it's not right. So as I keep playing, and I don't get to fret a note how I should, maybe it doesn't sound right, I keep making adjustments. And this is a really really important part. You have to be open and relaxed and accept that you always can improve on your form. So if you are like a thing for me is, I and which a thing that I'm trying to be more conscious about is my thumb. Sometimes, it's like almost parallel to the fretboard, and that if I'm not careful, that might make some trouble, because I can fret the note, but I'm kind of scared that at some point I will like mess up somehow. But back on the beginning, and I'm really conscious and trying to keep it a little bit more like this rather than this, like this, which should help me with the mobility and the movement of my hands as well, because trying to move like this, it's a lot harder than moving like this. For example, if I make this chord, if I'm like this, which I can do it, chord like this. So from you see, it's a little bit harder, I think, than and I really can't explain it. I mean, it's all about the way that when you're angled like this, moving your fingers from like this to this, from this or like this to this, it's gonna be easier than if you're trying and if you're moving, if you're keeping like this, because when you keep your hand like this, you have to move it like this and then like this, so you're basically making two movements. When you are keeping it like this from the beginning, you make just one movement, so it's gonna be easier. But back to the beginning, when I've started trying to learn how to play bar chords, and I've decided, at first I've tried it like this, but it didn't feel comfortable for me, so I started trying to play it with my thumb over, and surprisingly, especially for me at that moment, was that like in a few days I was able to kind of make it ring out, which was a really important thing, because I was struggling to play it like this. But after, like, as I said, a few days, maybe a week, I was able to play this shape, make it ring out. Of course, it wasn't like this. I was basically more like, I wasn't able to get my finger, on the fretboard, because first of all, I didn't have the strength and neither the flexibility. So I was like barely keeping the tip of my finger to hold those two chords, two strings. My thumb was like barely catching on the sixth string, and my other two fingers were like this, but they were like pretty flat, so they were like, it probably sounded way worse than that, but it was still okay, and that gave me really a lot of courage to keep practicing. And another thing with me was that I had really low confidence regarding my ability to play music, so I really didn't get. I had the mentality that, okay, so for a few months, 1 year, I won't be able to play anything. So because I was struggling with open chords as well, I wasn't able to make a melody from them, using them. Everything was just sounding so bad. So I was like, okay, so my sense of melody is really bad. I can't make any decent sounds. Everything sucks. So I started practicing things almost like working out, Imagine as you are so bad at dancing, so you start to think, okay, so I'm so bad at dancing, it must be that I'm out of shape, so let me train, let me get into shape, and then I'll be able to dance. Of course, it's not like that. There are plenty of bodybuilders or people that are really well trained but probably have no idea how to dance. It's not about that, but that's what I was thinking. So basically, I've approached things like almost a workout. I just kept doing it. It didn't sound right, but I still did it. So, and for me, the thing that I chose, and it's really important that you customize this for yourself, but I really liked the song Under the Bridge, and I mean that was what kept me into playing, because and it really motivated me because I really wanted to play that. So I kept playing. I kept trying to do it again and again and again and again, hours and hours and hours, and yeah. So going from this, because okay, so this, I have this idea. I know that I just said that you have to learn the things that you want, but you might be in the position that, at least for the like, you don't know what you want, first of all, and me telling you to find something that you like, and that would confuse you even more, and maybe it will make you like, you just click off the video and go on with your day, or try for 5 minutes to find something, not find it, and again just leave it like that. So I will try and teach you this chord progression, and you can start practicing it again after you get maybe after you get a little bit comfortable with it, and you can change it. You can start looking for something else that you really enjoy playing. But there we go. So the chord progression starts like this. Yeah, I know, genius. So you will have to, your first finger will go on the 5th string here, and then, I mean, you will, for this chord you will use 2 fingers. For most of you, probably you will do it with this finger and this, the little finger, or the ring finger. So either like this. Okay, let me get these fingers out of the way. So like this, or like this. Okay, so when I've started out, when I was trying to play this chord, I was playing it like this. But the thing was that I didn't have enough strength in my finger to make these notes ring, so I was like this, and it was really tiring for me. So then I've started trying to play it with my little finger here. As you can see, I'm using my first finger to keep here on the 5th string, on the 7th fret, I think. Yes. And then this finger, or this finger, to keep on the next 3 strings, so the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. So I was like this, but then my pinky started to hurt, and it was really tiring because it's pretty hard to hold it, especially at the beginning, to keep the 3 chords with your pinky, which is pretty weak probably. So then I've discovered And apparently this is, but I didn't check out, but I've heard that Jimmy was doing the same. I don't know, but I've discovered that it helps me a lot if I, after I put my little finger here, I get my ring finger over it and help to press it. And well, it, the thing, it's probably gonna be hard for you to do that, because at the beginning you will be like this, we will be like perpendicular on the fretboard, and it's like really, when you're like that, it's impossible almost to get your finger. To do it, you basically have to angle your hand, your little finger will go straight, and then your index will go over it like on an angle. Alright, so that's how I do it. But again, some people find, because that's the easiest, the most comfortable way for me to play it here. But for some people I've seen, they play more like John Frusciante, which now I'm able to do it as well, but especially when I go on the higher frets, I'm not really yet there. I'm kind of struggling. I'm really tensed up, so I can get it, but I can play it like really easy like this. But if I go here, for example, yes, I will play with those fingers again. Okay, so after you learn, for example, 2 ways of playing the chords, you know, this one, then you have to start and try to make transitions. But big disclaimer before, don't expect that, and don't really start focusing on that from after like 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month. I mean, first of all, you have to get used to playing the chord normally, like, and just make it ring out. Just make it sound clear. That's the first step. After you make this chord sound clear and this chord, for example, sound clear, you can start moving. Of course, at the beginning you'll make this one ring out perfectly, but then when you transition, you will start messing up the other one, and it's normal. And again, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. It really doesn't. You're like alone in your bedroom or something, nobody hears you, or if they hear you, again, who cares? The point is, don't be too harsh on yourself, and just understand that to learn to transition the chords, even if you play them perfectly, like until you get accustomed to the proper transition, you will mess up, because it's not only about playing the chord, it's palm muting while moving. So that's a thing that you can't learn until you practice it. So I know that I said that you have to make the chords ring out properly before trying anything else, but don't get too caught up into that and forget about the purpose of you learning all this stuff. which is to make music. And you don't make music by playing like one chord and then waiting for 3 seconds to adjust to the other one. No, you have to move it things fast. And you won't be able to learn that unless you start doing it, which I know it's obvious and it might sound dumb, and I might sound dumb because I like keep on insisting on that, but I know how hard for me it was to accept that and to start doing it, and how I know how much I've improved since I started doing that. So that's why I'm really, being annoying and insistent with this stuff, because I know how important it was for my development, so I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So anyway, I think that was for today. I have to go, so see you next time.